coming weeks and months leading up to this and really identifying the three biggest threats that I see that you're facing and I'm facing, that if we're gonna win on YouTube and win with video content and video marketing, that we've gotta overcome. And the first one is competition, Right now, over 200 million people consider themselves creators worldwide. There's about 113 million active YouTube channels. That's a lot. So how do we stand out? How do we beat the competition? Well, one good news when you look at these stats is that the average person, yes, they got an active YouTube channel, but they're not being consistent. They're not uploading regularly. They're not strategizing. They're not thinking through things. So if you just get a little bit better than the majority, we've been saying that competition is highest for low effort content. Here's what I can tell you in 2024 at Grow a Video Live. YouTube has changed. The market has changed. You can't just get in the game, throw some videos out there. I don't even think you can really get lucky. You might get lucky with one video, but you're not gonna accidentally build a real creator business. You gotta be serious. I think that years ago, if you were playing checkers when it came to video content, oh, you made a few moves, oh cool, I got a king, wow, that's amazing, you could win. But the game has changed, it's 2024, and you have to be playing chess. What does that mean? It's different, strategic. You're thinking, how many moves ahead are you thinking? And so when you think about the other active channels, a lot of people, they didn't make it to Grow a Video Live. Big mistake. Like, they're not here. They're not investing like you are. So you already have an advantage by being here because you're thinking more deeply, you're thinking more strategically, networking, being smart. But I love this quote from Thomas Edison who said this: continued innovation is the best way to beat the competition. Continued innovation. I was talking with somebody today in the comments on my Think Media podcast, and they were just talking about how their views are down. They said, oh, my ad revenue's down 70%. And my response was probably not very kind. I mean, it was very loving, but just, coaches are coaches, I guess. I'm happy now, but by the afternoon, I might be a little bit mean, so just get ready for it. But, because I'm just gonna tell you the truth, but I was like, it sounds like you may need to reinvent yourself and expand your money plan and your strategy. I mean, I know that we want empathy, like, oh, revenue's down 60%. What are you gonna do, cry about it? Or reinvent yourself. Come up with a new strategy, a new game plan. The creator, do you know how many billions are in this system? So yeah, your ad revenue might be down, but there's so many different angles and approaches. Continued innovation is the best way to beat the competition.
Question: are you interested in learning the best strategies that are working right now to get views and subscribers on YouTube? Well, I want to invite you to our free 5-day Tube 1K challenge, where I'm going to be going through our 7-step YouTube success system entirely for free. Over 10,000 people have used this exact framework to start and grow successful YouTube channels, whether for their business, whether as a side hustle or as a creator, or even as a ministry and a nonprofit. And I'm going to be teaching through these 7 steps at tube1kchallenge.com. Every one of the 5 challenge sessions will include a strategy that you can immediately apply to start growing your channel, as well as a challenge, something to do that'll get you moving, taking action, and creating content that will lead to growth. Plus, there's gonna be software giveaways, tech giveaways, and even a brand new YouTube camera. So if you're interested, just go to tube1kchallenge.com or click the link in the show notes. And now let's get back into the episode.
One of my mentors told me 4 things, and I want you to write this down. 4 things that means you'll always stay ahead. That if you want to continue to win in business, you want to continue to win in the creator economy, you always have to do these 4 things. Number 1, you got to outwork the competition. Number 2, you got to outlearn the competition. Number 3, you got to out-strategize the competition. And number 4, you got to outlast the competition. So we got to actually put some work in. Sean, can I just not even try and go viral and become a millionaire on YouTube? No, you can't. You just can't. That won't happen. Absolutely not. It'll take some work. Can I just rely on the information from yesterday? No, you got to keep learning. You got to keep leveling up. Can I just like play the old playbook? No, you have to out-strategize the competition. And can I just do this for a week or two or a month or two? No, this is a lifestyle. Probably the most important thing to protect, I just feel like in today's world in general, is your mindset. What you're listening to. If you're feasting on negativity and so much, because if you're looking for a way to say, yeah, well, it's not possible, it's too saturated, it's too crowded now, well, you're gonna get what you're looking for. But when you're gonna meet people here and you might be sitting next to somebody who's like, oh no, actually my views are up. Like, oh no, actually my views are down, but I actually pivoted and I created this monetization strategy. I talked to Chana, who is a techno dad, who we haven't connected in a few years, my guy, and he joined one of our programs years ago and has been through different seasons, and he's in the audio and like home theater, and he had one idea. And one idea was, man, what if I created a Blu-ray disc that people could put in their home theater systems that could help them tune their speakers and do all this stuff inside of their home theaters. And then what if, because again, what he did was oh, my ad revenue is down. Why don't you create a product? You got to build a real business. What kind of product could you create? What kind of business could you create? So he's sharing with me in the lobby yesterday. So I'm like, okay. And so he's like, yeah, you know, I've gone through these different seasons, I've pivoted, I've done some different stuff. I've also been through some challenges lately, but yeah, we launched this product and we've already done almost $300,000 in sales. What was your marketing channel, Techno Dad? YouTube, baby. No ads, no paid ads, no nothing else. One product. You know, you're just one away. One video. One channel. One product. One relationship. One pivot in your business. Listen, I love you, and this is a place of empathy, but this environment is no excuses. First, let's hug. I'm sorry that it's hard right now. But then we got to kill those excuses. One pivot, one strategy, one adjustment. And that could be the very thing, because if you're just stuck, well, I just wish it was like it was a few years ago, it isn't. But you could beat the competition, and we're going to master our inner game. We've got amazing people coming up. And it actually makes me think back when, you know, I posted my first video, October 3rd, 2010, and thinking about the inner game, thinking about the mindset, and thinking about the things that can happen when we start thinking about the competition and all this other stuff. In fact, let's actually just play this video. This is the first video that I posted on YouTube.
All right, so this is, I guess, the first Sean Thinks vlog, and I'm going to try to vlog every single day, mainly so I can remember what I'm even doing and what's going on, because I just feel like I have a lot that I'm thinking about, and I figured, hey, why not share it? And if you find something interesting, that's awesome. Now, this is definitely as real as it gets, so I'm not going to try to be energetic or entertaining, though maybe sometimes I will. But anyways,
why are they called dippers? Oh, okay. Okay, I got it.
Thank you. Thank you for making us warm in the morning and cold overnight. Thank you for serving us for pre-game fun and post-game memories. And thank you for trusting us with secret recipes and shared moments. Thank you for bringing us into your homes and into your hearts for nearly 150 years. Thank you for making Quaker a part of your family.
Yeah. Listen, if that guy could be here, then it's possible for anybody. I mean, it's just, there's hope for you. There's hope for all of us. But you know, I'll never forget, because on this idea of competition, I've really learned this, that our greatest competition actually isn't external. Our greatest competition is internal. Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, he's doing all right now financially. He's a billionaire. Co-founder and chairman of Nike Inc. Obviously, everything they've built, everything that they've created. He said this, that beating the competition is actually relatively easy, but beating yourself is the never-ending commitment. I've learned that our greatest competition is ourselves. And when I think back to 2010, and I think about posting that first video, and even as I hesitated to even launch that video, I'd been doing videos for my church. I'd seen other YouTubers kind of blowing up. I had a friend I had met that is now the co-author of YouTube Secrets who's encouraging me to start, but I was stuck in my own head. Imposter syndrome. Man, like, I think the odds are against me. Why even try? Like, man, what if, am I gonna be judged, like worrying about what others were gonna think? You know, for me, I remember back then, I waited tables at Red Robin while I was also working at a church and trying to create videos. I remember like these two girls would come in that I went to high school with. They didn't even know who I was. You know, they're much more popular. I was kind of in that counterculture skateboard scene, and I would be their waiter. Urge you, we don't have it together. It's really messy. And I've learned that your greatest competition is you, and you gotta start messy. And if we're gonna get real, I mean, even as I then started posting videos and thinking about the climb, I mean, again, you'd think that maybe it was just up and up and up, but man, my greatest competition has been me. Like, once I started to have some success on YouTube, and I even think about building a business that I've been building with my wife. We've been married 18 years. And we were just reflecting over even just this last year. This last year was absolutely the worst year in our marriage. And after really some traveling too much with the 3-year-old and 1-year-old, my calendar got out of control. We had our friend circle and some people that think that we're just so close work with us and went through some transitions that were just kind of painful and confusing. But it wasn't the travel or it wasn't those challenges. The biggest thing that hit us was disunity, because my wife had some very strong convictions, and she is brilliant. She's a spirit-filled woman of God. She's got discernment. And she saw some things pretty clearly that I just wasn't listening to her about, and some decisions that I delayed, and some things I didn't address. And that began to drive a wedge in our relationship. And she told me that this past December, she was actually at a point where she's like, I don't know if we're gonna make it, and I don't have hope. I think we might be headed for divorce. This is 4 months ago. I'm messy. Think Media, our team, we're messy. But we're on mission. And I've learned this, that you're always one decision away from making the right decision. You know, as I started to have hard conversations with my wife, I was like, all right, we changed my calendar. We got in counseling. We met with a pastor couple friend of ours, Mike Signorelli and his wife. They began to pour into us and just encourage us that the pressures of kids and entrepreneurship and building and the pain of maybe you've had relationships that you felt betrayed in. Maybe you've been the person who's let other people down. Just all the mess. But here's the point is I'm messy. And so are you. And I think that our greatest competition is ourselves. And the thing that holds us back oftentimes, it's not the external threats. It really isn't. It's the getting up and facing that procrastination and that negative thinking. And it is maybe dealing with that bad habit and that thing that's holding you back. But even though we're messy, we're on mission. And this whole journey over this last 10 plus years has been messy, but we decided not to quit. And we had a conviction that by God's grace, we could get through anything that comes our way, because you're always one decision away from making a change that could change the rest of your life. Your greatest competition is not the external threats, it is the internal battle. And I want to encourage you that there's no superstars here at Grow a Video Live. Some of the people, they do have 1 million subscribers and they got $1 million in the bank, and that stuff's cool, but listen, we're all humans. And we're all super jacked up if I really got to know you. Right? But you're on mission. And you could do this. Here's the second threat, is mistrust. 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 We just got to be aware of what's happening in the market right now. Mistrust means to be suspicious of and have no confidence in. This is the environment. This was kicked off by the pandemic and by 2020. Whether it was wondering if we're being told lies by the government, wondering who we can trust. Americans distrust Facebook and TikTok because of data and what are they doing with our private information. Now AI has accelerated this. Can we even trust the clips that we're seeing? Can we trust? And one of the things that's happened in the creator economy is as things have matured, it's seeing crypto scams that happened and rug pulls, or people that endorsed brand deals or products and then the products didn't turn out well. And so you just got to be aware that there's massive mistrust and that there's overarching suspicion of everything. And that's where people are coming from, and that is their point of view here in America. And not only that, but people are wondering, like, the misinformation of AI and of deep fakes and of all this different stuff that can happen.
Ever works for you, you need to hear this, because I'm about to show you how to grow your business to the level that you dream of and hit the revenue levels that you desire, so you can finally leave corporate life, long work days, and your unfulfilling career behind, so that you can become a successful businesswoman, all without changing a single thing in your business or burning yourself down to the ground. Please watch this till the very end. My name is Quasi, and I'm the founder of realitycreator.com. We have over 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we help entrepreneurs like yourself scale your business to 6 figures and beyond by mastering your mind and your identity. This is the untold secret behind the most successful entrepreneurs, celebrities, and athletes of all time. Take Beyonce, for example. She's among the world, but before she got there, she struggled.
Testing. Testing, testing.
So it's easy to get clients as long as you know where to look. Reason number 7 is that you can start your bookkeeping business on the side of a full-time job. Remember, you can work anytime, day or night. And then once your bookkeeping business starts earning enough money, you can transition into running it full-time. So if the thought of learning a new skill that's in really high demand makes sense to you, and you're finally ready to start living the life you deserve, go ahead and grab your free copy of my Wall Street Journal best-selling book, Keyboard Rich. I've paid for the book. All I ask is that you pay a small shipping and handling charge. This book contains everything you need to get your business started today. I've even thrown in a few bonus training videos that accompany the book to help kickstart your business. So just click the link and grab your free copy.
Write this down. Authenticity is the new currency. 2024 and beyond, authenticity is the new currency. You know what the greatest threat to AI is? Humans. Come on, Terminator. Come on, Sarah Connor, John Connor. And they say, it's called EEAT, EAT. And it's how they'll judge websites. And they created a new category called experience, and they added it to 2 E's in front, EEAT. And they added the new thing, experience, because of AI. Right around the time that ChatGPT came out, they added the experience. Why? Because AI can't actually have an experience with the product. I don't want AI to talk to me and coach me about how to have intimate human emotional relationships. I don't want AI to coach me and just, generate a video about a product that it hasn't been able to experience. Like if you were gonna do a product review on YouTube, and there's lots of these out there with these faceless channels, they're just a bunch of recycled information, random clips of the product, but as the person actually used it. Here's the point, authenticity is the new currency. So you being real, you tapping into your humanness, that's the way forward. And vulnerability, authenticity, we're seeing that shift. We're seeing what they would call the era of excess on YouTube slowing down. The Mr. Beast, how big can we go? $1 billion yacht, $1 trillion yacht. Can we grind a Ferrari in a shredder? And that stuff will still happen. But that was called the era of excess. And what's happening now is people are like, yo, give me some raw, give me some real. Like, let me see who you are. Like, turn off the lights a little bit and let me see like you without the polish. So how are we going to combat mistrust and that threat? Authenticity. Authenticity. And number 3 is overwhelm. We got to be aware that there's just massive overwhelm when it comes to how much content there is, how many social platforms there are. Who here is like, you just can't take it if another social platform launches right now? Wave at me, right? Who here was like, Threads is out? Like, am I supposed to use that now? Who here was already stressed? Like, am I supposed to post everywhere? Like, am I posting on TikTok and Meta? And like, there's a lot of overwhelm. And 9 out of 10 creators say they've experienced burnout. 75% of creators are stressed out. Who relates with that? I'm so stressed right now, And one article said consumers are overwhelmed by digital messaging. Here's a question for you. I don't know, team, if we have an award we could give away, like a gift or a piece of tech or something, but I want to select a winner. Who here thinks they have the most unread messages or emails on their phone here? Who here? Stand to your feet if you think you got real numbers. Let me know what your real numbers are. Stand up and then shout me out. 32,000. How about you, sir? 134,600. Sit down if you're not that high. How about you, sir? 138,000. Are we talking emails? Probably, yeah. That's your emails right there on your home screen. You're sick. And one of the good news is that we have our Think Media counselors here that are going to be helping people recover. So, okay, 138,000. 152,000 unread emails. You guys ready? 443,000